Hey folks, hope you're doing good today. Now we're going to mention the deathcore and metalcore bands that we've checked out this year. The ones that to me have stood out. They're not just standard deathcore, they're not just standard metalcore or anything like that. We've had a lot of quality kind of standard bands on this channel, but I wanted to mention the bands on this list that are out the ordinary, that bring something nice to the table. So they're not just a standard metalcore or deathcore band. This first band I want to mention, I'm going to mention them because they're probably the most beat down, one of the heaviest beatdown bands that we've had on the channel. No Face, No Case. These guys like to have a laugh. They're drunk out their minds. The vocals are all about kind of, beat downy kind of vibes. So yeah, these guys are having a fun. They're a bit tongue-in-cheek, but they've got a great sound. Really loud, really fuzzy, and just rips your head off, the sound does. Very, very cool. So yeah, let's quickly check these guys out and just remember what their sound was like.
You know what it is, motherfucker. No Face, No Case 2020. Fuck your pussy shit. No Face, No Case. You're nothing but a
Yeah, these guys slam as hard as you can slam. They've got a nice super wide mix. It's loud as hell. It's got a real big fuzzy tone in there. I'm not sure if that's the bass or the guitars, but it's just so loud in your ears. Really, really prominent sound. Kicking drums as well. So yeah, even though these guys are a bit tongue-in-cheek and having a laugh and the lyrics aren't very serious, they slam hard. So I enjoyed them a lot. Now this next band up, I chose these guys because I thought these were just a real high quality band with a lot going on, a lot of different edge to their music, modern, got modern tones and everything like that, and a nice mix between some different types of vocals, cleans, heavies, atmospheric sections and stuff like that. So yeah, I just thought these were a great band. This is If Hope Dies from India. A bit of gentiness to them. Great drumming.
All you gotta do is trust yourself. You gotta do is suppress yourself. For everything you want risk to pay. You cannot break yourself to hate.
Yeah, if we skip a bit later in the track, you see it breaks down into a chilled, atmospheric, singy stuff as well. So yeah, I thought that track had a lot going on, high quality, good video and everything else. So yeah, good band, check them out. Now this next band, I think these guys have really got their own thing going on in terms of their sound and the music. It's a little bit nu metal-y, it's metalcore-y, it's modern, it's a bit deathcore-y as well. It's real heavy, it's well produced, it's high quality. They've got their own image, they've got all the masks. They do high quality videos for all of their tracks. They've got a real image going on and vibe with their band, with kind of cataclysms and plagues and all of that stuff. And I think this band are underrated in my personal opinion. I think for the amount of effort they're putting into their music and their style and their image and their kind of brand, that these guys aren't getting enough attention for the high quality product that they are. I think these should be like a Kerrang band, a metal hammer band, kind of band that, people into kind of casual metal know about, because these guys should be more of a mainstream act. I think they're doing everything right, and when I look at their numbers, they're doing okay with their numbers and stuff, but they're not where they should be, in my opinion. These guys must be putting a lot of time, money and effort into their band, into their brand. And really, they should be getting more out of it, in my opinion. I think these are an underrated band, and I wouldn't be surprised if in 2021, you know, someone from a bigger record label sees these guys, sees that they're already the full package. They don't need to do anything for them. Just put them straight in Kerrang, put them straight in Metal Hammer, say this is a new band to check out, and I reckon these guys will take off. I really, really do. This is Plagues. This is a track, Cataclysm, we checked out, and as you see, they're just high quality all round. Nice wide mix, nice and loud, well produced, high quality video, high quality image. You know, their masks aren't cheap and crappy looking. They've got the whole package going on, in my opinion.
Have you seen the sky's been scorched? Then you never regret the way destruction's taken its course. The sky is cracked, the earth is split. Our souls are damned to a burning pit. The sky is cracked, the earth is split.
As I say, I think these guys have got their own thing going on in terms of their style and sound. It's a bit new metal-y, it's metalcore-y, it's modern, but it's got its own edge to it as well, with the vocals and the way they sing and stuff like that. So yeah, I think these guys, you want to get to know these guys, because I'm pretty sure these guys at some point are just going to break through and it'll be a, you know, kind of a more of a mainstream band. And you can say, well, I knew Plagues before they were famous. This next band, these guys are just dope, basically. I enjoyed their track. I enjoyed their EP or album that they've just put out. I checked all that out. Very, very cool. These are Deathcore band, but they've got a nice amount of hardcore to their music as well. And I think that's a nice... I like Deathcore a lot, but I like it when it's more hardcore-y than deathy as well, because I think that's just a dope sound. So yeah, this is Final Showdown. This track's yet another that we checked out. Nice guitar tone. Just a heavy band, these guys. Yeah. Again, super wide mix, super loud, so just suits this music well to be loud and wide. Blow your head off with the sound. Get absolutely pummeled by the sound. That's what it's all about. Yeah, these guys have got a nice hardcore shouty vocal. Just adds a nice edge to this kind of heavy deathy music. Dope. Now, this next band, these guys have got their own thing going on, and these guys are breaking through. These guys are getting the buzz. They've caught the right ears within the industry and the business for them to kind of break through and start to get more attention. And that's what I want to see happen to Plagues as well in 2021. But this is Tallah, and these guys, they've got a new kind of sound going on as well. Almost like nu metal 2.0 is what I would call it, because they're bringing in a bunch of edges but adding a bit of nu metal in there to take nu metal into a kind of more 2020 sound and energy. They've got a bunch of stuff going on in the vocal. The vocalist really works his throat out, doing a bunch of different styles, screams, shouts, gutturals, singy bits, all of it going on. He can really work his throat well. And again, just a loud, punchy, heavy mix that blows your head off, sounds nice and modern. And really kind of kicks you in the ears. So I thought these guys were cool. We only checked out one track, but you can tell they're a quality band. I know they've been getting a lot of buzz, and hopefully we'll see more of them in 2021. I'm pretty sure we will. Great drumming in this band as well. nice bounce and energy in the music. Yeah, good sound. Just look at the stereo on all of these tracks. It's as loud and as wide as it will go, and that's partly why these bands sound so good.
I want to read this, but it must be said. I'm not a
Nice groove and bounce in these guys. Really get into the music and have a good dance to it. But yeah, what you'll notice is all of these bands, all of these mixes are as loud and as wide as it will go. And that's why these bands sound so friggin' heavy and just blow your head off, because their mixes have been pushed to the limits as well. So not only that, you know, they got heavy riffs and heavy vocals, because they've been mixed in a way that pushes them to the limit, it just really blows your head off. And that's definitely true for this next band. This is Cabal. And these guys and the final band that are going to be next are meant to be playing a gig together with Black Tongue, who are also one of the heaviest, loudest bands on the planet. If that gig ever goes ahead, it will probably be the end to the coronavirus without any vaccines, because it will just clear the planet of it. But not only that, probably open up a big black hole and suck the whole planet into it. That's how it'll be an end to us all. But probably be a fitting end to the planet anyway, because yeah, these three bands, Cabal, Black Tongue, Humanity's Last Breath, are some of the heaviest bands on the planet. Absolutely blow your ears off with their music. And for them to all be playing the same venue on the same night, something special's got to happen. We checked their track out, Drag Me Down, featuring Jamie Hales. And these guys kick some serious ass. Very loud, very heavy. Just look at that stereo. It's absolutely filled with sound. They couldn't push this mix any harder, in any wider directions, any louder. It's cranked. That's why it blows your head off. Yeah. These guys are just a heavy band. They've got a beat down element to them as well. These guys, you know, they're all about pummeling you with their sound. They set out to hurt you with their music. And I just love that. I think that's dope, you know. And I'm pretty sure that's the same for this next band. And these are my top deathcore, metalcore find of the year. I know this isn't a new track. You've probably heard of this band long before me, but I only found out about this band from the channel and checking out bands through the channel. And these were the first band that really blew my socks off this year. Absolutely killer. I had to spin the track twice on the day that I played it, because the first listen I was just like stunned by how amazing it was. So I had to give it another listen just to actually hear it properly and be able to talk about it, because the whole time I've listened to the first time I was just going, fucking hell, this is amazing. So yeah, these guys, the first time you hear them, absolutely blow you away if you love real heavy music, because this is as heavy as it gets. It's got a different sound. I had no idea what the sound was called, but I now know it's called Tallah. And there's only a few bands doing this sound. It's a very new guitar tone way of mixing your music, super loud, super wide again, but mixed within an inch of its life. There's a lot gone into the mix of this music, a lot of different techniques, tips and tricks to get your drums to punch through, to get your guitars to be super loud and prominent but still have a clarity to them. And the guy, Buster his name is, he knows exactly what he's doing. Interestingly as well, he plays his guitar left-handed, but he plays a right-handed guitar upside down, so all the fat strings are at the bottom, which is very strange. You know, everything about this band is kind of a bit out of the ordinary and a bit interesting, and just, yeah, catches you off guard if you've never heard it before. It's really kind of interesting to hear. So what we're going to do is play this track in its entirety. This is Humanity's Last Breath, Abyssal Mouth. I still listen to this track on the regular because it's one of those tracks that I think to myself, if I want to get absolutely pummeled by music, if I want to hear some loud, hard and heavy that's really going to kind of blow the dust off for that day, this is the track I put on because it absolutely kicks ass. So let's enjoy it together. Some of the nastiest vocals you'll ever hear. Loads of cool vocal layering. As I say, this track is mixed within an inch of its life. It's got so many mixing techniques going on to make it sound this way. Just look at that stereo. Totally filled with sound. This one is cranked to the max. You'll never hear music louder or wider than this. This is as big as it goes. Still sounds as good as the first time I listened to it. Never gets old. Just sounds amazing every time you put it on. Dope. Love this riff coming up. Ghost notes on the snare. Yeah, dope. I love everything about this band. I think the drumming's sick, I think the drums sound sick. Same with the guitars, same with the vocals. Particularly the vocals I like in this band. I think the dude sounds amazing. And I love the way they've laid it up. Loads of effects on the vocals, mixing. Yeah. Yeah, dope. Vocal. Great vocal effects to just give it a kind of cool sound. Just everything about it's cool, you know? dread off this music. Love it. Never get tired of listening to that track. Probably listened to it about 50 times this year at least. As I say, I put it on every time. I just think to myself, man, I want to hear something loud. I want to get my head friggin' blown off by some music. You know, I don't want anything chilled or laid back or washed out. I want something punchy and hard hitting. And that's the track I put on. It does the job every single time. It's nice and long as well, 5 minutes, so it gives you a good listen. And by the end of that track, you're just good to go. You know, you can get on with the rest of your day because you've had all the dust blown off. You know, you've had your whistle blown, and that's it. You're ready to go. So yeah, I think it's a great track to just pump you full of energy when you need a hit. You know, it's like kind of having a bump or whatever. So yeah, I just think they're a dope band. Looking forward to hearing some more stuff out of them. I think they've got a new album coming in 2021, which would be very cool. But I must admit, Abyssal Mouth is still my favourite track of theirs, and it's my go-to track. If I want to hear Humanity's Last Breath, Abyssal Mouth's the track that I'll put on first, because it's just got everything going on. Some of their other tracks, they've got real nice sections and stuff, but they just don't hit as hard as Abyssal Mouth does for me. And that's what I look for out of this band. I want to get hit. You know, it's abuse I'm looking for out of this band. And Abyssal Mouth just brings it every time. No worries. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed that, guys. That's going to be the roundup of the deathcore / metalcore type bands that we've had on the show this year. Try to show you a bunch of bands that are a bit different, aren't just your standard metalcore or deathcore, although we've had a lot of great bands on the channel, so don't think I'm knocking those guys. It's just in a roundup video, I wanted, you know, we've checked out a lot of deathcore and metalcore on this channel. I've been trying to dedicate at least one day a week to it. So there's tons of bands I could have mentioned, but these are the bands that I've mentioned because they've brought something fresh to the table. They've been a quality band. They're a band that needs more exposure because they're already a solid act that just needs more people to listen to them. And I think that's the case for a couple of these bands. Tallah, Plagues, If Hope Dies, all those bands are just good to go. You know, they don't need kind of a producer to come in and say, right, you need to fix your image, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to get a better recording on your album, and all these things. Doesn't need to say any of that. These guys are full package, ticked all the boxes, and are ready to go. They just need to be pushed through, you know, the kind of outlets, Kerrang, Metal Hammer, you know, all of those kind of bigger, more mainstream publications, and just get their name out there. And I'll tell you, you know, people are going to enjoy that band because they're a quality act. It's a kind of band that you can get straight into. There's nothing lacking there. There's nothing that you're thinking, man, you know, this band's cool, but their image is a bit cheap and crappy. No, it's high quality as well. So, you know, there's a couple of bands in this list I really think in 2021 need to get a lot more exposure and need a lot more people need to see them and get the right kind of buzz that they're due. Because I think a couple of these guys are going under the radar for how good they are. So that's why I've put them on the list. That's why I've kind of reminded you to check them out, get on board. And you can say, yeah, we were on board with these bands before they broke through, which is kind of cool hipster thing to say if you're into that. Anyway, guys, hope you're having a good time. We'll see you around. Bye.